What's going on, everybody? It's Kalen Moss, the Minute Admin, with Taylor Wilson, the resourceful vet. And this is day 2 of doing market research, creating an online course. So we started yesterday doing research on how do you do research before you build an online course, because this is the most important step so you don't get it wrong. So Taylor Wilson, Taylor, my best friend, tell everybody who you are, what course we're building together, why this course is important for you. Um, and yeah, just tell them who you are, what you're building here, and why this course is important.
Hey, so everybody, Taylor Wilson here. I'm a disabled veteran. If you are in the disability VA process and looking to get the compensation you deserve, look no other here than me, the resourceful vet, and we're going to get you the money you deserve. What we're building out here is the VA disability course and the process in order to secure funding for your VA disability compensation. We are going to cover many factors from eligibility criteria to claiming the filing process, compensation rates, timeline for claim processing, appeals, additional benefits, and many other benefits and resources available to you as the veteran or the spouse. We want to get you the money and the resources you deserve. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So Taylor has been helping people get VA disability. Um, and I'm showing you guys how to create an online course. So Taylor's course is the course I'm showing you guys. Basically, he's my test subject, my guinea pig, so to speak. I've done this before for some other people, and I just want to go through the process now to show everybody else how to do it. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to be looking here at market research step 2, which is I'm going to zoom in here. So, Taylor, this is to kind of show you what we're going to be doing here today. So, um, I'm actually going to just go ahead and share this. So, here we go. So so yesterday, Taylor, we were talking about what do you have expertise in? Like, what are your areas of expertise? So what are you already good at that you know is a high demand skill? Like, marketing cloud, right? You could teach that to other people. How to get people VA disability. That's another skill set. So these high demand skills, you know how to write like a DD 114, or I forgot exactly what it's called, but you know how to write a nexus letter, you know how to write those statements. Those are high income skills. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about was that we talked about yesterday was what sort of like huge goal have you set for yourself that you've accomplished that you could show other people how to accomplish? Like, for example, how did you get ready for the Marine Corps, right? That was a huge goal. I remember that when we were in high school. It was a huge thing that you set your mind on, you accomplished, and you could teach to somebody else. And then last but not least, the third type of category for what you could teach to other people is what have you helped other people achieve? So, like for Nate, you've helped him get up to 80% disability. For Jordan, you've helped him get to 100%. For Austin, you've helped him get to 100%. So, these are things that you've helped other people achieve that you could also create an online course about. So, right now, there's like 3 categories of what you could create an online course with, which is your skills. So, whatever skills you know you already have, what you've accomplished, and what you've helped other people accomplish. So I kind of yesterday in video number 1, I already kind of did this for you. It was VA disability. If you want to tell me, like, this doesn't have to take that long, but if you want to tell me, like, hey, Kaylin, there's another high demand skill that I have that I could teach people in an online course, just let me know. Is there? I just wanted to see.
I think that's good for now.
Okay. Transformational goals and accomplishments, like what big goal have you set for yourself? Like for me, I put like, hey, I won a state championship in the long jump, I got a college scholarship, I got third at the Big 12s, I made Team USA. I've also created a marketing cloud course that got a 92% pass rate. And then I put for you, a thing that you've accomplished is you've gotten a 100% VA disability rating, you got the GI Bill to pay for your college. What are some other like huge goals and accomplishments that you've done for yourself that you could teach other people?
Getting into force recon,
Okay, so
getting into
uh,
special forces,
getting into force recon, special
military,
forces.
military.
Okay, so that's another accomplishment. Anything else that you have that you've accomplished that you want to put in?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the level of difficulty getting into force recon?
Probably about a 10.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you in terms of knowing how to get into it? Like, what's your skill level? Would you know how to do it again?
I would say I'm a 10.
All right. And potentially, if someone was to get into force recon, what would that be worth to somebody? Like, what would the monetary value? You can just throw a guess out there.
I mean, I would say $1 million because you're a part of a brotherhood unlike any other.
Could they actually equate that to $1 million? Would they actually have $1 million? Like, what's the actual value to the person? Like, why, like, if I was somebody who knew nothing about force recon, why would I want to join? If I, like, what would the number value be for me? Like, how much money would I make?
Well, you probably be making at least an extra $1,000 a month
Okay, so we'll
minimum.
put 12,000 a year. We'll put like 12,000. And then if you were to make a course on something like that, or if you were just to show me and like walk me through step by step and I listened to everything you told me to do, how long would it take me to know exactly what I need to do to achieve that?
I mean, I could tell you in a day or two.
Okay. So a day or two. All right. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just put like, we'll put 1 day. Okay. Anything else that you've helped other people achieve, like whether you were an intern, freelance, employee, mentor, what have you helped other people do? I put here that you have helped, well, I kept it up here via disability, but anything you can think of that you've helped other people accomplish?
Um, just getting their FAFSA, um, getting Voc Rehab.
Okay.
You already have the GI Bill, right?
Yeah, we have GI Bill up here.
And then getting scholarships,
What type of scholarship would you say?
school scholarships, and grants.
Okay. And I'll even put GI Bill down here too. Helped other people get GI Bill. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would you say it is to get the FAFSA for people?
Probably about a 3.
3? Okay. How skilled are you in getting the FAFSA?
Pretty skilled.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
10,
How much money would getting a FAFSA be worth to someone
$6,000 or $12,000.
for 2 semesters?
Yeah.
And then how long would it take for you to teach somebody how to get the FAFSA?
Probably a day.
Okay. Voc Rehab, scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to get, how hard is it to learn how to get Voc Rehab?
10.
10?
Yeah.
What's your skill level in terms of how easy would it be for you to get, teach someone how to get it?
10.
How much would it be worth?
50 to 100,000.
Okay. Let me see if I can. 50 to 100K. Okay. So we'll just put like 75K. And how long would it take for you to, like, if you were to make an online course for someone to get Voc Rehab, how many days or weeks would it take for them to learn how to do it?
Uh, 6 months to 1 year.
Okay, so they would be in a 6-month course, basically, is what you're saying?
Um,
Like if this was an online course that you made, it would take them 6 months to a year to finish the course?
no, probably to get to Voc Rehab, yes, but I could give them steps ahead of time. So the course could just be like 30 days.
Okay. And that's another point I just wanted to mention for anyone who's watching this. If you are creating your own online course and you're doing this process for yourself or you're doing this for somebody else, when you're thinking about the expertise that you have in this column right here, for this, you have this is the time frame for how long it would take for you to teach somebody else how to do that. Now, like Taylor mentioned, it probably might take 6 months to a year to get the Voc Rehab like money that you're owed. But as far as how long it would take Taylor to actually teach that, probably, like he said, 30 days. So that's just for anybody. Remember, this playlist that we've got here is all about teaching people who want to create online courses how to create an online course. So that's sort of the mindset you want to have. Okay, Taylor, for getting scholarships and grants, what's the level of difficulty to do this, to get this stuff?
I would say about a 4.
A 4?
Yeah,
What's your level of understanding on how to get it?
10.
How much money could someone get?
10 to 50,000.
All right, we'll put something like we'll put 50K. And you said Voc Rehab was up to 100K as far as how
Yeah.
much someone could get. All right. How long would if you were to make an
Actually,
online course?
actually, do we know the average cost of law school? Because if you get Voc Rehab to fund a bachelor's and master's in law school or doctorates, medical school, it could be worth more.
Mm, that's a good point. And it all depends on the school you go to and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
but that's a really good point. We'll keep it at 100, I would say. That's
yeah,
a good.
100.
How long would it take for you to teach someone how to get these grants and scholarships?
Oh, about 7 days.
Okay. Oh, last but not least, you've helped other people get the GI Bill. How difficult is this to get the GI Bill?
1
So, okay, here, I'm just, okay,
or
here's what,
probably a 3.
so I just want to be really clear on this column here. So, this is if someone has no knowledge of the GI Bill, they want to get it, but they have no idea where to start. How difficult would it be for a veteran who has no idea where to start? How difficult would it be for him or her to figure out how to get the GI Bill?
All they have to do is just call a number and they'll tell them.
Okay, so that's you said a 1 to 3, or what would you say?
Well, there's a difference between acquiring and turning on what I call the faucet, which is the money that's going to deposit into your bank account. So how do we get the GI Bill money to deposit into your bank account? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like that. As far as the end result, when they finally get to the top of the mountain and the money starts coming in, how difficult is it for them to climb that mountain?
I would say about a 4.
And how skilled are you as their guide to lead them up the mountain?
10.
And how much money could they make if they get to the top of the mountain?
50 to 100,000.
And how long would it take for you to get them up to the top of the mountain?
10 days.
Perfect. Okay, so we have your expertise. So if this is everything you can think of as far as how expert, like all the things you're an expert at, I'm sure you have other things like, I mean, shoot, you're a dad now. You can probably teach other people how to be a dad to, kids 6 months and under, but we're not going to focus on that right now.
Coaching football.
Coaching football, that's another one. Okay, so um, high demand skills, transformational goals. So things you've helped other people achieve. As far as football, what would you say? Because coaching football is a little broad, so let's hone it in a little
I mean,
bit.
I had the best record in 17 years, 9-1. So that says something. They went from 2-8 to 9-1.
So turn around a football, a high school or a JV football team from losing record to a near perfect winning record. And then as far as how hard would it be for someone who's brand new to get up to the top of this mountain by themselves?
Very hard. 10.
What's your level of skill as far as how skilled are you knowing you could as that person's guide that you could get them up there?
9.
How much money do you think that person could make if they got to the top of the mountain
Are we
and did
talking?
this?
Are we talking about starting in JV or making it to the NFL?
Well, right now you haven't made it to the NFL, so you don't have that expertise. So this is specifically for turning a JV football team around.
I mean, you're not making any money as a JV football player. You're a kid.
No, I'm talking about for you as the coach. If you were to
I
help
mean,
other JV coaches go from bad to good like you did this year, how much
well,
would that be
are we
worth to them?
I mean,
Just a
well,
number of what you think.
we'll just put $500 because that's you're not really getting paid as a coach.
Okay.
Maybe
And then
500 for the season, but that's it. At least at the lower level.
okay. So as far as being their guide, how many days would it take for you to take them? Let's say you did a coaching clinic, a coaching camp, but it was an online course and they went through it every single day. How many days would they have to go through your program to accomplish, to know everything that they need to know to get this result that you got? How many days would it take you to?
90 days.
Okay. All right. So we can always come back to this, but this is good. This is a good start. So this is Taylor Wilson. This is Taylor Wilson's results right here. We'll go ahead and put Taylor Wilson. And up here, it will also put yours right here. And we'll also put yours right here. Okay. So we have your, as far as things you have expertise in. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually choose two of these. All right. So you're going to choose one and I'm going to choose one and we're going to do our target market research together. All right.
Okay.
So out of all of these, here's what I would say. It's good to find a skill that is difficult, plus you have a lot of expertise in it and it makes people a lot of money. That's what I would say personally. I'm sure other people might have a different thought process, but for you, you have getting Voc Rehab looks like it's really difficult. It looks like you have a 10 out of 10 understanding and you have $100,000 that someone could make. So that right there looks like a really good opportunity to create a course around because it looks like it's high value.
Yeah.
Now, as far as getting the scholarships and getting the GI Bill, I'm sure it could make you a lot of money, but it looks like the skill that it takes you to get that isn't that high. So it might not be as valuable to the marketplace because it's not as difficult to figure out.
I would say I have a 9 out of 10 on understanding, or 8 out of 10 on Voc Rehab.
Voc Rehab 8. Okay. It's still good. It's still a good number though, because that's still such a difficult thing to get.
Yeah.
So there's that. I would say out of this, I would say getting Voc Rehab is probably your best option right here. Um, and then up here, in terms of uh, what you've done for yourself, it looks like what you've done for yourself, and honestly for other people, you've done this too. But it looks like all of these are pretty high level. I mean, getting into Force Recon, it looks like that's going to make you about 12,000 bucks to do that. So I don't know necessarily if that's something you want to pursue, because as far as, let's say you made a course on that, it's, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's only going to get somebody 12,000 bucks if they figure out how to do this. Now, out of these two, you say get the GI Bill to pay for college, and you said that was a 9 out of 10, but down here you said that was a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, what was the 9 category for at the top for it? Was that for distances or?
So that's what you've accomplished, getting the GI Bill to pay for college. But you down here, it's what you've helped other people get, the GI Bill. But you said it was a 4 out of 10 down here, but for you it was a 9 out of 10 up here.
As far as like how hard it was to get it, the 9.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a 1 out of 10 for me to get. It was easy.
Okay, so we're probably going to skip the GI Bill. I mean, it can pay bank, like it can pay 100K. So
Well,
that is,
here's the thing about the GI Bill, and even I get confused with this from time to time, and I have to make sure they never change it. But not just as me, the veteran, can get the GI Bill, but as you, this military spouse, you can also receive the veteran's GI Bill. And there's a guideline and there's a law that you have to follow, stipulation, in order to do that. And sometimes it depends on a lot of factors. And there's like a time frame you have to do it and all this stuff. And that's where people may need assistance or coaching as military spouse when it
have
comes to
you
that.
helped military spouses do that?
No, I mean, yes. Uh, well, I say no because I haven't actually been the one to grant the loan and everything. But as far as consulting, yes. Now, if you want, I can explain how that works and go into that.
It's all right. You don't have to explain. If you've even done it for one person, we can still put that as a skill that you've done for other people. So we'll put that down here in this category for goals you've helped other people accomplish. So you've helped other people get, what was it, the GI Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, so and now you've helped other people, but we could even say you've helped down here, you could even say you've helped military spouses get the GI Bill. How difficult was that?
I would say it's like a 5 out of 10.
And how skilled are you in that?
Like a 9 out of 10.
How much money could they make, that spouse?
100,000.
How long would it take for you to teach someone how to do that process?
Uh, 7 days.
Okay, so it's 9 out of 10. I think the winner down here is Voc Rehab. Um, Up here, the winner is, it's looking like Force Recon's out of the picture. Getting the GI Bill, VA disability rating looks like that's the winner right there. Now I put 42K a year because I said basically 3,500 times 12 is 42,000. But how much would it be worth to somebody, or even like 100% VA disability rating? We could even say like just even a higher VA disability rating.
You could put, I would just put at least 50K on that. Um, a year.
And how many days would it take for you to teach someone how to do that?
Uh, that one, I would, I would say, you know, at least 6 months.
So what, remember this one is like if somebody was being coached up by you, if someone was going through your online course, to understand the whole process for VA disability, you're saying it would take them 6 months to finish day by day if they were to do your course every single day, day by day. It'd take them 6 months.
This is where I got to figure out because, like, for example, my course right now, you can go through it, but
So let's just say that let's say I bought your course today and everything looked perfect, right? You had everything down packed from, hey guys, start here to file your claim and everything in between. Now, obviously there's some wait times and you have to wait for your exam and everything, but I'm talking about stuff that you can teach them how to do and coach them up on. They can always come back after they've waited or whatever. But how many days would it take for you to teach them the whole entire process?
uh,
Just a
how
rough estimate.
I would say at least 7 days it takes you to go over that information.
Okay. We'll put 7 days. Let's just say 7 days. That's fine. Okay. So our two right now are higher VA disability rating and Voc Rehab. It looks like those are two really good course ideas. Now, just based off of what I'm seeing here, I mean, Voc Rehab's looking good because you can make 100K. It's a level 10. You have an 8 knowledge out of it. VA disability is a 9. You have a level 10. You can make 50K. So those are really two strong ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to pick one here. So I actually like the idea of creating an online course. So what I'm going to do with you is I'm actually going to go through this process as well, creating a course creation. So creating certification training courses. So that is what I'm going to do. And okay, so the next step that we have here is we're going to go to step 2. So we that just did the expert tab right here. This is where you talk about all your end results. Step 2, this is where we're going to brainstorm who our target market is. So this is where now you have an idea about Voc Rehab and VA disability. Now we need to identify who is your ideal customer target market that you want to go after. Who is this person basically? This is going to be what we're going to call them, where they're located, if they're in a specific industry, if they are, if they have a specific role, like let's say they work as the VP of customer service or the VP of chief operating officer. Like you could have a business that is targeted specifically towards them. Basically, we're going to identify where your ideal customer hangs out at pretty much and details about them. And then we're going to look at their hopes, dreams, and desires. We're going to get a high level understanding of who they are. We're going to look at what we think their demands are. We're going to look at their frustrations, their pain. We're going to look at, then we're going to choose a very specific person from that group, which I would always say just choose your past self, right? Because who do you know better than the Taylor Wilson from 3 years ago? You don't know anybody better than yourself, right? So I would say choose yourself, see where you hang out, what groups you're in, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and YouTube channels you watch. It's going to make it a lot easier. And then we are going to list out all the questions that people ask in your group, and then all of the negative stories that they tell about themselves as to why they can't achieve that result. Like some guys say maybe like they can't lose weight because they can't give up good food or something like that, or they can't eat healthy for multiple days extended because it's boring or it doesn't taste good. So like, what are the negative things that people say that stop them from achieving their goals? So basically, bro, what we're building right now is we're building the marketing message that we're going to have, so we can have ammunition and firepower for when we start marketing. So identify a target market. We're going to go ahead and choose this Voc Rehab market, and then we're also going to choose the VA disability market. And then over here on the right, we're also going to choose technical training course. Okay. So for Voc Rehab, what name do you want to give these people? So like in um,
John Smith.
well, as far as the market name, like the group, like if you were to give the group a name of the group of like imagine John Smith is in a group, what would be the group that he's in?
VA
Like
Voc Rehab Expert Secrets.
okay, hold on. Let me do something here real quick. So we have this differentiation. We have to start with this quantifiable. Um, okay, high demand skills, level of difficulty, proficiency level. If you find an intersection where the skill set is difficult to learn and you're good at it, you have an opportunity. So now we're uh, so let's look at something here. I took a bunch of notes on how to actually fill this out. Um, so let's look. We're gonna look at this. So basically, what's the like target market name? How I'm seeing this is basically like something that they call themselves, like military vets or like Marine Corps officers or cadets or like what do they call themselves? Like what would you call them as far as like a person who would be in this interested in this Voc Rehab course? What would you call that person? Like uh
Veteran career success.
okay. So we'll keep it at that. I'm going to do some research on what we should actually call it. I don't think it makes that much of a difference right now, but we'll see. Geographic
Are
location, are they
veteran job seekers.
okay? Nice. Geographic location, do they all live in San Diego? Are they across the country? Are they in different countries?
Um, I would say it's every it's geographically, if not world, it's the entire U.S. if not worldwide.
So USA
Like
and world.
I gotta look into seeing if you can go to cooking school in Paris or something like that. You know.
So do you just want to say like right now it's USA or what do you think?
Yeah, because I know you can go to like Grossmont College or San Diego State, but I don't know if you can go to like certain cooking schools or different types of schools around the world.
Okay. So is there a specific industry that they're in?
Like
Like
maybe I go to Oxford or something like that. You know, maybe
gotcha.
yeah, I go through that.
So is there a specific industry that they're in, like retail or uh
Student,
huh?
student.
So
Oh, we're talking about Voc Rehab, right?
yeah. And
Is
we're
there?
still learning a lot of this, like vertical industry. You can go deep. Like, okay, let's say for example, we were talking about photographers, right?
Yeah,
So photographers, you can have wedding photographers, you can have newborn baby photographers, you can have senior prom photographers, you can have sports photographers. So like veteran job seekers, as far as like how could you drill down like if I was to say like you're an athlete, okay, you're not just an athlete, you're a football player or you're a track person or you're a track runner, you're long distance runner, like what is the specific uh niche that they're in within veteran job seekers? Like if I was to say photography, I would say
I
like
would say a lot of them
wedding.
are into social media.
Hmm.
Like
Hey, you
most
know
of these
what? To be
people,
honest with you, I'm not really too sure about this one. So what I'm gonna just do here is I think we both are kind of like, I don't know what to put here because the thing about it is that I'm not asking you the right question. So I'm not getting the right answer right now that I think maybe in my head. So, but we can keep going. Like that's the beauty of this is like we just need to like kind of just get something, get it spit out of our head basically. Are they
yeah,
beginners? Are they like fresh out of boot camp? Are they fresh out of like the
uh,
Marines?
fresh out of the military, um, usually within like 10 years being out of the military.
10 years I feel like is a little bit broad. Would you say it's the time frame is 10 years or would you say it's like 5?
I mean, most of these vets have been out in the military 10 to 20 years.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. So let's answer some questions. So target market immersion question. So this is just to kind of like identify, like let's start identifying a little bit more about them, get a better picture. We can always come back. So it looks like the target market name, because the goal here is this is the foundation of every single business. You have to understand who your target market is. So like let's say we were like let's just say for example like right now our target market is we want to go and we want to find specifically veteran job seekers. We want to find people who are looking for jobs who are veterans. Okay, their geographical location is in the United States. All right, their industry that they're within is they're in the student education school system. uh, I don't know about social media too much because it's not like they work in social media, they just probably use social media, but I don't know if they're necessarily in that space. I guess technically they probably are, but their experience level is they're 10 years or less out of the military. They're fresh out of the military. I'm going to put, I'm not going to put fresh out of the military. I'm going to put 10 years or less out of the military.
Yep.
All right. So we got a good start on understanding who our target market actually is for this Voc Rehab course. Remember, we're focusing solely on if we were to make a course on Voc Rehab, who we would be targeting. So for your target market, for the people, like think about, you remember going to when we would lived in La Mesa, how we would always go to the farmers market.
Yep.
So think about the marketplace had the specific vendors. The vendors went to the market, the farmers market, and you and me were the customers, the ideal customers who went to the farmers market. So technically, that's all we're doing is we're trying to identify who are the types of people who go to the farmers market. Basically, who are the type of people who would basically buy a Voc Rehab course? Who's the target market for that? These are veteran job seekers. They live in the U.S. They're a student. They're in the education world. They have 10 years or less out of the military. Now let's answer some questions about these people. How would you like think about once again, they're coming to the marketplace. How would you describe these people? Like, what are their job titles? What are their skill sets? What's their business size? What's their weight? What is their age, etc.? So let's answer each one of these. How would you describe them just off the top of your head? What's the first thing you would say? And I'm just going to write down what comes to your head. Don't even think, just go.
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going. What does that mean?
Just like maybe they're working at a retail job now and they're looking for a career.
Okay. So what would their
Um,
job title, huh? Sorry,
what would
go
their
ahead. I
job
don't,
title be?
yeah.
Retail associate.
Okay. What are their skills? What sort of skills do they have? Like, what do they already know how to do?
They know uh far as skills go, I would just say like regulation analysis. Uh, so let me hold on. How would you describe your target market? Job title, people with certain skills. I like. I wish it was a way to like see the same question it's asking at the top, like whatever the category is. Is there a way? I don't know. To like show the column title. Because I keep forgetting. Okay, so Voc Rehab. So uh,
Okay.
dude, that's awesome. Let me show you something. All right, so hold on. Like, cause whenever I looked at Voc Rehab, it's talking about because it is for it's obviously for veterans seeking rehabilitation through service-connected injuries, re-entering the workforce. Um, and like for example, I know a veteran who struggled, veterans who struggle with PTSD, and they're trying to find a career in like financial accounting
So
and going
real
from a
quick,
different field.
to try to make this a little easier for you, ideally, you don't think about every single person. Think of one single person who's looking for this Voc Rehab course. How would you describe that person? What is that person's job title? I want you to have one person in your mind and tell me that person's job title right now.
I would say student.
Okay. And then what is that student's skill? I want you to think of this still, think of it. This is you. Remember, this is literally you. The best person you can speak to is yourself. I
I
forgot
would
about
say
telling you that,
I would
by the way.
say I would say information technology,
What other skills did you have when you were before you were did your Voc Rehab? What other skills did you already have?
coaching,
What other skills?
mentorship.
Anything else? Think of
Um,
two more.
Salesforce.
Okay.
VA benefits.
Okay, perfect. I forgot. This is going to make it so much easier, bro. You don't even have to think about it that much anymore because we're just going to say it's you. Current weight. What is their current weight as far as this person wants to get Voc Rehab? How much do they weigh?
220,
What's their age?
30.
Okay. Student. So how would you describe this person? So Best Buy person? Because this wasn't you working at Best Buy. You weren't working a retail
No,
job.
no, you just put student.
So how would you describe
GI
them?
GI Bill.
Student who has GI Bill. All right. So this is a good start. This is a good start. Okay. Next up is how would they describe themselves? Like how would a guy who wants to get the vote who wants to take your Voc Rehab course, who wants not even to take your course, a guy who wants to get Voc Rehab, how would he describe himself to other people if he was at a party? How would somebody was like, "Hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you?"
Um,
And you can just say it
you
as if
describe.
you were the one answering it.
You would just. Are you talking about describe themselves to the Voc Rehab counselor? Because that's ultimately the goal is how you formulate your response to the Voc Rehab counselor to give you funding.
No, this is we are looking at human beings who would be buying this Voc Rehab course from you. So a guy that you would meet out at in San Diego at a beer spot, and he's like, dude, hey, I want Voc Rehab too. How would he describe himself as a human being? What is his likes, his dislikes? Does he like going surfing? Does he like hanging with the boys? Does he like playing video games? What is this? You're basically trying to identify your ideal customer who would be buying this Voc Rehab course. What the things that they actually would how they would describe themselves.
I would say that they like law enforcement.
Okay, what else? Like
Uh,
I want you to really like think about it in terms of how would you have described yourself to me if I said, Taylor, tell me about yourself. Just tell me about you. You're a dad, you're a
I would
husband,
say
you're
I'm a Christian. Um,
Christian.
I would say
I mean,
you love
gun-toting
America.
Christian that likes Donald Trump, that like I mean, just tell me everything. Tell me who you are. And just for
Yeah,
everybody who,
dude.
this is just how me and my boy Taylor talk to each other when we're trying to get each other riled up. So don't think I'm being mean to Taylor, you guys, if you're watching this.
I mean, politics, all that, like set aside. It's just like as a Marine, God country cool. Like as a football player, it was like faith, family, football. It was just like your core, your creed, your motto, whatever you live by. And for me, I have I have a creed I follow, and so I would say you have a creed. You thought what is your creed? Is there a characteristic of your creed that uh, you know you follow? Um, for me as a coach, it is it's faith, family, football. As a Marine, it's God country core. So uh, you know, and even within that, there's like special forces. When I was in that, there was a creed I followed. So uh, it's
Okay.
just different different aspects of it, I guess.
Nice. All right. What keeps them awake at night? Indigestion boiling up their esophagus, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling at night. What's their biggest fears? And this goes back to
Uh,
you also.
I would say um, not being losing their benefit.
Losing their benefits, not being able to pay the bills. What else? Losing their family. What else?
Uh, I would say
Like these are deep down dark
finance.
secrets.
I would say financial stability.
No, I mean like what's the fear? What's the fear? Like what keeps this person awake at night? What keeps you awake at night? What makes you scared? What makes you the most scared at night? Like you got to be raw and authentic because when we start making this marketing stuff, we got to be speaking directly to the people, to their heart.
I would say what we put here. Just like making sure I can provide for myself and my family, and having both of that. So it's just constantly just being on the grind and just trying to take what I can and spread it to the world, and hopefully I can do the same for others. Because how many other veterans, especially in the economy we got going on right now, uh,
Okay, I think I'm losing you, Taylor.
we're just trying to make it.
I think I might be losing you,
Not,
Taylor.
I mean, I'm in.
All right, everyone. I think we lost Taylor for this one, but we're going to call it good on this session because we're hitting right at around 50 minutes. So this is market research video number 2. and we are going to call it good on this. And then we will be back for another video, market research video number 3, continuing the process of doing market research, doing our target market and demand. So that's all we've got in this video. Target market research number 2, Kaylin Moss, Taylor Wilson, the resourceful vet, minute admin, out.